go. Good morning. Yeah, it's good morning for the next 4 minutes. um, I was going to talk about my knitting and books, but I think it's going to be just books because I haven't touched my knitting. And I got the two sweaters and the cowl, and they look exactly the same as they did last time I showed you. The cowl is almost done. I got to just finish that off, a few more rows. The sweater, which is right there actually in that bag behind me, that's the Autumn Brew. I've started the sleeve. I just got to do the sleeves and it's done. And I think I'm going to work on that today. I'm starting to feel it again, you know. The other one, the top down one, the green one, I had decided this morning that I'm just going to tear it out. It doesn't look like it's going to fit me. I really like the yarn. I'm going to redo the sweater in the knitted flat like this one. I don't like knitting top down sweaters. I just don't. But I laid it on my bed. I measured it again. I'm looking at it. I'm like, I've gained 10 pounds. I am not trying it on. I'm back on my diet. I'm going to get that 10 off when I want to start back up the ladder. But it's just so almost done. I just need to pick up for the sleeves and do the neck. So I think what I'm going to do, I still don't think it's going to end up fitting. But just to be safe, because I've got so much done on it, I folded it up, I put it in the bag with the yarn, and I just put it aside. I'm just going to leave it there. Once I get this 10 pounds back off, then I will try it on and decide. If it's going to fit, and I mean fit how I like it to fit comfortably, then I will pick up the sleeves and finish it. If not, then yeah, I'm going to tear it out. It's not acrylic yarn, it's wool. I really like the color. I will tear it out and just start over, and that's my decision. That's what's going on. So there's really nothing to show you, excuse me, as far as my knitting goes. But I am picking that one back up today. So hopefully I'll have more to show you next time. I have been reading. Where do I start? For the longest time, I've read some mystery, but mostly horror. Well, I think I got horrored out because I was really feeling like mysteries. I struggle with mysteries though, because I don't want to get on that soapbox. And a lot of people love cozy mysteries, and I just don't want to go there. I just don't want to. Cozy mysteries could be fun. I think they ruin them. I've read some cozy mysteries and I hated them because of the characters, but the mystery itself was good, and I'm like, this could have been a good book. Cozy mysteries started in the later 20th century. Now, if you look, you're going to see, Agatha Christie, those were cozy mysteries. Technically, yes, but not cozy mysteries the way they started doing more recently. If you look at Agatha Christie, and there's a lot of other ones too, she's just a good example from that time. They were fun. And the characters, I'm thinking Poirot, I can never pronounce his name correctly, were, I'm not going to use the word quirky. I hate that word. I think it's been ruined by cozy mysteries. Eccentric. And that can be fun. But cozy mysteries of today try too hard. I think I've said this before. I'm having deja vu. They try too hard to make them cozy, to replicate those, which they are missing the mark by 1,000 miles. And they make their characters silly, stupid. They're dopes. It's not fun and quirky. Fun and quirky, fun and quirky, fun and quirky. That's the phrase that so many of these authors like to use. And you're going to love our fun, quirky characters. I know I'm just poking fun now. But every time I see that, I can hear in my head, and I even get a visual, fun and quirky. You're going to love my book. The characters are fun and quirky. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I've read some of them where the mystery itself, it could have been such a good book, but the characters were just so plain old stupid. Just no one does that. It's not even close enough to be able to say it's fun. It's so just ridiculous. And I hate saying that because they sell like hotcakes. So many people love them. I am not one of them. So to try to get a book that really truly is a mystery like the vintage ones, or from the golden age of mysteries, as they like to say, for the 20s and 30s, it's tough to find them these days without some of that mixed in. And I just have no patience for it. I just don't. I don't have that kind of sense of humor, or whatever you want to call that is required for those books. So when I say I want to find a mystery, I can't just pick up a mystery. I got to really look, because that's what you're going to end up with. Now, when you go in the bookstore, they have a whole cozy mystery section. It's huge. What does that tell you? It's huge. But if you look at the other mysteries, sometimes that little cozy from the cozy mystery kind of spills over there. Sometimes not so much, it's okay. And sometimes you're like, whoa, this book was in the wrong section. So, yeah. So I've started specifically looking for books from the 20s and 30s, the golden age of. I think the 40s could be included, and even the 50s. This didn't start, this cozy ridiculousness cozy didn't start until much later. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing. Anyways, I said I wasn't going to go down that rabbit hole, and I started down the rabbit hole. So if you look at my Goodreads, it looks like I'm reading 3 books. I'm not reading 3 books. Let me explain though. Let me open it because I've got it here in front of me and it just helps me with the visual. So I started reading Death of an Author by E.C.R. Lorac. And that was written, I believe it was 1935. I had only just started it, but so far I was liking it. And then I joined a group on Goodreads. Actually, I'll tell you the group. I'll tell you the group too. Yeah. I joined 2 groups, Reading the Detectives and English Mysteries Club. I haven't been doing much on Reading the Detectives because they have a list already of what their group reads are going to be. And right now they're very heavily into Agatha Christie. I don't want to read Agatha Christie. I love Agatha Christie to death. No pun intended. All kinds. But I have read so much Agatha Christie over the years. I have watched all the PBS, BBC specials, not series, all the separate movies. Like I've just so much that I want to read other people's books, not Agatha Christie. So I'm still a member of the group, but I haven't done anything in there. I'll leave them sit for a bit. Nothing wrong with them. It's just that I'm kind of over Agatha Christie right now. So the other group I joined, the English Mysteries Club. Now they're reading other people. I will say though, I am a little disappointed. I went on there looking for people to talk to about books, and there's not much conversation on there. I tried starting a couple myself, and it's a friendly enough group, but I'm looking for interaction. But anyway, that's I'll get to that. So for the group read for June, they're reading Poison. Now, this is not a vintage. They do read a lot of the vintage mysteries in this group, but not all. But this one looked like it was pretty good. It's called Poison by Charlotte King. And it's book number 1 in the Cambridge Murder Mysteries. So I put Death of an Author aside because I wanted to read the group book so that I could, interact with people. So at that point, it looked like I'm reading 2 books when actually one's just kind of in timeout for. I'm going to go back to that when I finish this one because seriously, I thought I could read 2 books at a time, and I really can't. I don't have that. I just don't have that focus. So that's fine. I'll finish the group book and then go back to my other book. So now I'm looking through stuff, and I found a box of books I forgot I had. I thought I put them in the little one of those little libraries because I did put a bunch in those. A couple of them are going, but I also found a couple that I'd kind of like to finish. One of them is Stephen King's Needful Things. I was up to chapter 14. It's a big book. I probably was taking a break and then just forgot. So I added that to my Goodreads that I'm reading it because I'm on chapter 14. Technically, I'm reading it. But I want to finish these 2 smaller books first, and then I'm going to jump back on that. So yeah, it looks like I'm reading 3 books because I kind of am, but I'm not. I'm not reading them at the same exact time. So right now, let me open this again. Right now, I'm working on Poison. I'm enjoying it. It doesn't really have that cozy element that drives me crazy. Maybe a couple little things here and there, but nothing that would bother me. And I am enjoying it, but I don't know if I'm enjoying it enough that I'll go on to book number 2. And in fact, I've seen some pretty bad reviews for book number 2, but I try not to go by reviews, So I don't know, but there's so many other things I want to read right now, so I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, I'm a little more than halfway through that. So I'm also going to work on that today. I had something else on my mind, and it has totally left me. It'll be back. It will be back, but it's left me. No, let me do this first because this is about totally books, and then because I was getting ready to jump on social media because it kind of overlaps with the books. But let me do this first. One book too that I saw, I don't remember where I saw it. It was recommended somewhere. I saw a review. I don't even remember now. Oh, you know what? I probably saw it on YouTube because I've been watching BookTube. That's a whole other video. Yeah. Anyway, and somebody was talking about John Dickson Carr. And he is one of the authors from the Golden Age of Mysteries. And he has a series. Let me see, because I think it was 1933, but let me make sure. Yep. He wrote this book in 1933. And he has a series. It doesn't even say what the series is on here now, does it? Which is kind of bizarre. Maybe back then they didn't. Maybe didn't know it was going to be a series until it was. I don't remember the name of the series. I will find it for you. Um, anyways, this is book. No, it's bothering me. This is book number 1 of a series. Let me just. It's going to bother me. um, it's called Hag's Nook. Let me just look on here because I'm. Oh, there it is, Hag's Nook. And now my cat's in the way. It's Dr. Gideon Fell. It's it's the Dr. Gideon Fell um, series. It's book number 1 of Dr. Gideon Fell. So Dr. Gideon Fell, I imagine, is going to be the main character, and this is the book number 1 of that series by John Dickson Carr. He also wrote. Oh, did I? I came off my thing. There we go. He also wrote other. Oh, I'm stuttering. Wow. He also wrote other books under another name, which I can't think of right now, but I will check because if I really like this, I'm going to want to know. So I decided it sounded really good, so I want to read it. So the first thing I do, of course, is check Amazon to see how much it is on the Kindle and is it part of Kindle Unlimited. It is not part of Kindle Unlimited. You can't get it on Amazon. There was somebody on Amazon, a third party person selling a used copy. I forget how much it was, but it was more than I wanted to pay. Plus, I had to pay shipping. So I'm like, let me look around. So my next step, as always, was Thrift Books. Thrift Books doesn't have it, or it didn't have it as of when I checked. You know, that changes constantly because they're always getting new books. So you can just keep looking if you're really looking for something. But they didn't have it. So I went to check Abe Books. Abe had a copy for $4 and some change. Free shipping. So I did end up getting a copy, and it came yesterday. And I'm so excited. It's smaller than I thought. It's a small book. And it's called, which I already said, You're in My Way, Cutie Pie. It's called Hag's Nook by John Dickson Carr. let me get the cat off of here. This is ridiculous. Here, let me pause you for a minute. I have to move her. Okay, she's sitting on my lap now. Here you go. Here you go. Hag's Nook, John Dickson Carr. I got to tell you, I love my Nook. Don't get me wrong, I love my Nook. But every time I pick up a paper book, I always get this little, you know what I mean? Just the smell. So is there anything else in here? One thing that's fun too about getting used books, sometimes you find things. I have found family photos and all kinds of stuff. You can tell this is an old book too. It's got that smell. Now, I got this, the reason why it was so cheap was because it was in fair condition. Fair. And that said that it could be beat up, marked up, and wrecked. It could be wrecked. However, you can read it because all the words and everything are there. I think this book is in actually great condition. There's not a mark on it or anything. Abe, Abe Books and Thrift Books, I have had fabulous luck with. And again, as much as I love my Kindle, I am finding that used books are becoming more and more the more affordable option. It's crazy. When I first got my, here we go, this is going to be a long video, guys, get comfortable. My very first introduction into an e-reader was a TV commercial during the Christmas season. I forget the year. Whatever year it was that the very first Nook by Barnes & Noble came out, that was the year. And I was seeing Kindle commercials, but I didn't know what it was. What the hell's a Kindle? I had no idea what I was looking at, but for some reason, I liked the commercial. I looked at it recently because I was talking to my friend about it. And I don't know now why I liked that commercial, but for some reason at the time, I really liked the commercial. And then finally I went and checked, like, what's a Kindle? What is this? Because the commercial I didn't feel was that clear. It looks clear to me now. At the time, it wasn't clear. Maybe it's because now I know what it is. And that's what got me looking. And then I discovered that Barnes & Noble had a version of that coming out as well. And then I did all kinds of research, figuring out which one I wanted, because at that point I decided I wanted one. I did end up getting the Nook because I wanted the Barnes & Noble experience, the whole go sit in your bookshop, in the cafe, in the bookstore. And if you did, you could read books for free, and they had all kinds of perks, and all their books would always and forever be under $10, because I think Amazon's were as well. And they each had their own message boards for people who read. They hadn't acquired Goodreads yet. So I started with the Nook and then eventually ended up on the Kindle. I can get into a whole video on how that all happened. I'm petting the cat and I'm getting cat fur. Where was I even going with that? Oh yeah, so it was more affordable, and I just enjoyed it. I just enjoyed reading my books on there, and I seemed to read more and everything. So yeah, that was great. But books on the e-readers have gone up to the point that sometimes you can buy a hardcover book for cheaper, depending on the book. Kindle Unlimited does help if you read a lot. I'm on a trial version of it right now, and I'm deciding. But I found that a lot of times I was buying books from thrift books or Abe books. I like thrift books best. I don't even remember why now. There was something that had happened at one time that made me say that. But Abe books came through for me this time. So, There's also a used bookstore not too far from me. I don't know, maybe 30 minutes from me, 20 or 30 minutes. And I've never been there. Not for any reason. I just never got around to going there. I think I may take a trip. Also, I have my coffin shelves. When I move, I'm thinking of just making that a regular bookshelf in my living room or wherever and putting all my horror and mystery books in there. So I may start collecting some from the used bookstore, even for that. But I'll only do it if they really are truly cheaper. I'm not spending money just to put books on a bookshelf, I don't remember why I went down that. So anyway, here we have it. I got the book. You know what's funny too? Not funny, ridiculous. This is book 1 in the series, and good luck finding a copy. You can get the other books in the series, though, from Amazon. Why book number 1 you can't? So you can't read the first book in a series, but you can read the other books in the series. A couple of them are actually on Kindle Unlimited, and some of them are just there to buy. But the point is, you can get them. It's kind of weird. This is what was in the book. Somebody had passed away. Alverta Rose Haldeman. Is that an I or an L? I can't tell. There's a little smudge there. July 1908 to December 2010. That can't be right. I'm checking my math. She was 102? Let me see. I'm going to check. I don't trust myself. Oh my God, yeah. She was 102. I hope her last years were good years. That's pretty old. I hope she had all her faculties and that she was happy. Because at that age, that could be either way, you know. I'm not afraid of death. I'm afraid of old age. Somebody pissed somebody off out there. Um, Old age, like when you don't have your full faculties, and or you can't walk, and your quality of life isn't good. That's my fear. And we don't have to be perfect and healthy and be able to bounce up and down the stairs. Um, but you want to be okay and be happy. You know what I mean? And that's all. I was 16 years old when I started working in nursing homes, and no, it wasn't legal. Wasn't legal back then either. I was a nurse's aide. Nurses' aides back then were different from nurses' aides today. I can make a whole video talking about that. And I remember even at that young age saying, oh my God, there were some people in that nursing home that they shouldn't even have been in a nursing home. Like they were fine. And then there were others that I felt so sad for. Like there was a mix and everything in between, you know. And I remember, and back then, like I was 16, it was the 70s. I didn't know about retirement, old age, um, health insurance after retirement. I didn't know about any of that stuff. Who cared? I was going to live forever, right? And even back then, I remember what little bit I observed between the nursing home, working in the hospital, and then a little later, I was doing home health work in old people's homes. And I remember even then saying, we don't take care of our elderly like we should be. And now here I am, a lifetime later, and I'm saying it again. We are not taking care of our elderly like we should be. But that's a whole other topic. How did I get down there? Oh, the card, the little card. Yeah, the woman lived to 102. So the first thing I always think is, I hope it was good. Anyway, let's not go down there. But yeah. Um, I totally lost track of where I was going. Did I? Or am I just really not going anywhere? That sometimes I think I forgot something. I probably didn't. I just feel like there should have been something else, and there isn't. Hmm. So anyway, right now I am reading Poison. It's good. At first I wasn't sure, then it got really good, and now I'm back to, I don't know. A couple of times I thought I had figured out who did it. Now I'm not so sure. So that's good. A couple of people in the book, a couple of the characters, like the guy Jonathan, I do not like him. And his fiancee Kate, no, Kat, I hope to God she doesn't marry him. The man is a loser. And if she is drinking too much, it's probably because of him. And the sister. And if you haven't read the book, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But if you had, you do. The sister, Rebecca. Jonathan's sister, Rebecca. She is the wife, or I should say the widow, of the man who was murdered at the beginning of the book. Somebody needs to slap the shit out of her. I don't care if she is a recent widow. There is no excuse for how she's acting. And she is on my list of suspects. So, I guess everything I'm saying to you right now means maybe I am enjoying the book. The fact that I have those opinions about people, that's a good sign. Anyway, I don't want to spoil the book for you. So I'll finish that book. I'll let you know how it is, and then I'll go on to those other books that are in my queue. If you're on Goodreads and you don't follow me, or friend me, I should say, what is my name on there? Because I believe I changed it. I wanted it to be to work with my YouTube channel. It was Mad Dust Kitties because I was using I was using Mad Dust Kitties on everything for years, and I've recently kind of decided like I'm over it. Yeah, I did. I changed it. It's I am Pamela, just like my YouTube channel. I.am.Pamela. Pamela is spelled with 2 L's. And no, I didn't do that just because Pamela was already taken. My name is spelled with 2 L's. So I believe I put the link in my YouTube here, and if I didn't, I will anyway. So yeah, if you're on there, friend me. I'll friend you back. And talk about books. um, just for a moment. I've been talking for a half hour. Okay. Just for a moment, I want to talk about social media. Social media in regards to books, because I was looking for people to talk about books with. I like to, if I'm reading something, I need to talk about it. And I have readers in my life, but none of them read the same books. None of them read the. Stop that. None of them read the same books I read. They read the hell do they read? What is that? Fantasy? I'm trying to think. Well, they were really into the Dresden Files. I read quite a few of the Dresden Files, and then it got old with me. They don't read horror and mysteries. So great, we can go to the bookstore together because they read, so that's good. But we can't sit down and talk about books. So I was looking for people to talk about what I'm reading with, which is why I joined that group on Goodreads. So I was thinking, okay, I was checking out the different social medias. Instagram, I've had Instagram up to my eyeballs. The algorithms, the advertisements. I don't know, you can just scroll by the advertisements, but after a few, it gets old. So I thought I would try Threads because I heard that Threads is so much better and the algorithms are not as bad and all of that. And when I first tried Threads, when it first came out, there was no advertisements. There is now. Not as bad though, but there is. And they have little kind of groups. You're only allowed one hashtag. And if you pick the one that's the group, which is, what is it, Thread Books, Book Threads, is kind of like belonging to a group. And I do have to admit, there are some nice conversations in there. It is better. It is better. I will say that. I feel it is better. But people are people are people. They get on social medias just like you have a perfectly nice person, put them behind the wheel of a car and they turn into an asshole. It's the same with social media. I'm sure these people in real life are perfectly nice, but you put them in front of a keyboard. Like one guy commented that he tried Stephen King. I forget, he read 3 of the books. I forget what they were. Misery, Damn, I'm forgetting. Um, and he says, but he feels like Stephen King's characters are like paper cutouts. They're not real. He wasn't being mean or anything. He was trying to start a conversation about Stephen King books. And a few people did comment, normal conversation, myself included. I told him I read those books too and I did not like them. And I gave him a list of Stephen King books that I do like. And I said, Stephen King is like night and day with his books. But there were people on there that, well, there are other authors, go read them. Well, it's fiction. Of course, they're not going to be real. Like, why would you go on a site, social media, or a site of any kind, message boards, whatever, and do that? All what you're doing is saying, you can't talk about books here. We don't want you to talk about books here or authors. Just post if you like the book, what you read. That's not encouraging conversation. So I got exasperated. You know what I did? I took all my social medias off my phone. They're off my phone. The only thing on my phone is Facebook, not Facebook, but Facebook Messenger, because there's a couple of people I actually have conversations with on that. The cat's climbing my chair and I'm rubbing her tummy. That's the only thing. I have them on my computer where I can check them if I want once in a while. But this way, I'm not picking up my phone and scrolling so much and looking at this stuff, which is actually starting to upset me. So it's off my phone. I'm disappointed, honestly, disappointed in people. And I know I've said this before, I miss Twitter. I miss the Twitter that Twitter was when it first came out, before everything became what it is. Sad. Um, where was I going with that? I even put TikTok back on my phone. And I'm like, Book Talk was always really big. I'll bet there are people reading the mysteries. I'll bet I can find some conversation there. And I even started putting together clips. Actually, I think they're still on my phone. Now that I think of it, I think they're still on my phone. Because I was going to try doing like a little, I don't know, mini book vlog. I love book vlogs. Go on BookTube, on YouTube, and search for BookTube. And there's a lot of BS on there, like everything. And I'm not even going to go there. That's not any drama I want to bring into my life. I'm not even going to usher the words. If you'd like to have a private conversation, let me know. I'll tell you my opinion, but it's not going on YouTube. It's a big thing, and I'm just not. I'm not going there. But there are quite a few good channels. And my favorite ones are the ones that do what they call book vlogs. And what that is, it's not just coming on and saying, hey, I really like this book, blah, 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 whatever you're going to say about the book. What they do is they vlog while they're reading the book. It's fun. It's fun to watch. She's back. That's my tea. No, no, no. You're not going to drink tea. You're just going to put your face in it so I can't. Are you going to sit here with me? Because you got to get off of there. No one wants to see that. Come on. Come on. Come here. Yeah. She's like, She's going after my papers. And anyway, they do a bunch of different clips and then put them together. Like they start the book and then they'll start reading it. They might even video themselves reading it a little bit, And then what they do is they come in throughout the book and just check in with you and give you their opinions of the book, of the characters, how it's going so far. And you kind of follow along with them with the book. Now, some don't do spoilers, they just let you know how they feel about certain characters. And some actually do. They will say, I think he did, oh, he did it, or see, I knew, or something like that. Um, and everyone feels differently about that. Some people, if they're going to want to read the book, they don't want a spoiler. Other people do. Other people who have read the book love the spoilers just because it's like two people who read the book sitting down and chatting. Um, I don't mind spoilers unless it's a murder mystery because I want to figure it out. Um, I would do spoilers. If I do something like that, I would totally go ahead and say my opinions, but I would say first. No, you know what I would do? Do the clips through the book. No spoilers. And then after I read the book, then say, if you watch the rest of this video, there's going to be spoilers, and then go ahead and do the spoilers. That way people can not watch the rest if they don't want to, but it's there if they want to. That's an idea. So anyway, I thought I would try that on TikTok. And I got a bunch of clips done for the book that I'm reading right now, but I took TikTok off my phone. I was doing TikTok 2 years ago, I believe. I had TikTok. My name on there was Mad Dust Kitties. When I put it back on my phone this time, I did change it. I changed it to, I think I also changed that to I Am Pamela. Let me look. Just in case you want to go look, if you are on TikTok, I don't think I'm going to be doing TikTok. But if you're curious and you want to see my previous TikToks, because I did talk about books on there a lot in the books I was reading, and I did take a little vacation, and I did put that on TikTok. Oh, yeah, I did. I'm at I.am.pamela. I did TikTok the same. But I don't know if I don't think I'm gonna do TikTok. I was so exasperated by, first of all, the amount of people selling stuff. So you have to scroll, and then every once in a while you'll find an actual TikTok by someone. It's gone crazy. Not to mention, I'm sorry if you're on TikTok, this doesn't mean I'm talking to you. There are people on there that are okay. But there are so many more ignorant people on there that I just couldn't take it. So I did do one video on there. I'm not anymore. But yeah, if you are on TikTok and you do want to check, I am I.am.pamela on there as well. And I talked about, what books did I talk about? I did the Daub that they do. Um, Nestlings by Nat Cassidy, Dead of Winter by Darcy Coates, um, How to Murder Your Employer. I forget who that's by, and I can't see it. Um, Nestlings, I already said that. Yes, there's a few on there. Oh, my Nigel. Oh, my baby, I miss him. He's scratching at the bathroom door, and I put a rule. When using the bathroom, you wait for the cat before closing the door. Oh, he's meowing too. Oh, God, I don't. All right, just get out of there. Get out of there. Oh, okay. Um, so I am Pamela. If you do want to check out, if you are on, oh, now I'm flustered. But I don't think I'm going to be posting on there anymore. I kind of got exasperated. But I was going to give it a try. Anyway, I wasn't going to close down YouTube. So I wasn't replacing it with YouTube. But I thought maybe I could find some people on there to talk about books. But no, they're all the book talk people are. Um, there's an issue. I don't want to. Anyway, um, yeah, I've been talking for 45 minutes, and I think I'm just done. I'm really just. I'm looking like I don't even have notes. Seriously, I just sat down, started talking. So I think I'm going to take my tea. Actually, I'm almost done with it. I'm going to make another cup of tea. And I'm going to go out to my patio with my book and just relax and read. And then later today, probably tonight actually, when I put my TV on, I will work on that sweater. So I'm going to go. Oh, yeah. I feel like I'm forgetting something, and I am. The clips I just told you about that was I was going to put on TikTok. I didn't finish it. I'm still reading the book. But I think what I'll do is I'm going to pop them at the end of this video just so you can see what I'm talking about. And then I'm going to delete them off my phone because I'm just not going to do that. I think I may try doing a book vlog like that though, but probably I'll take that up with the next book that I read just so I can do it for YouTube, you know. But I'll put those on at the end just because, well, I made them. They're vertical, you know, because they were going to go in there. My stomach's growling. I think I'll go get some oatmeal. I haven't eaten yet today, and now it's past lunch, so I guess I'll get something. I don't know. Maybe I'll make a pickle sandwich. Those Trader Joe's pickles are so good. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Okay, I'm going. Stay groovy. So I'm starting Poison by Charlotte King. This is book number 1 in the Cambridge Murder Mysteries. It's a little busy at first, but then it smooths out. So far, so good. I think I'm going to like it, but I'm just at the beginning. Okay, I'm almost halfway through, and I think I know who did it. The brother-in-law. That's not a spoiler. I'm just deciding that. I have no way to know it's true. I'm just telling you what I think as I'm reading the book. But so far, right now, I think it's him. Okay, a couple of opinions. First of all, I'm not so sure the brother-in-law, Jonathan, did it. Now I'm starting to feel like, maybe not. I do think he's an asswipe. I don't know why Kara stays with him. And if she does have a drinking problem, he's probably the reason, but that's just my side personal opinion. I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time not doing a spoiler. This is starting to get really juicy. Just saying. So I keep thinking I've got it figured out, and I don't, because everyone has something to hide. Everyone has a dirty background. I guess that's a good sign. I guess that's the sign of a good mystery. I do have one complaint though, and I don't think this is a spoiler. It has absolutely nothing to do with the story. The story doesn't need it. It adds nothing. Nobody would miss it if it was gone. It's not even, oh, but atmosphere. No. They're eating pastry. He takes a bite of the pastry. Some cream falls out. It's on the keyboard. He's wiping it off with his hands, licking his fingers. Then he starts licking the keyboard. That's just disgusting. And it adds nothing to the story. It's just gross. No one needed to see that. No one needed to know that. And now you view the character totally different, and it's like, ew. I'm sorry. I just found that really, it's just gross. And it's not like he just did it once. He did it a couple of times in the same sitting with a couple of different pieces of pastry. And then his Nana said, you know, you could wipe up with something, use a napkin or whatever. and this is not a small child we're talking about. This is a college student. This is an adult. And I can't help but sit there and think, you picked up the keyboard and started licking it. What is wrong with you? I'm sorry, there's something wrong with this kid. And I'm picturing it's like now there's cream, like all between the keys, even in the keyboard. I'm taking this way too seriously. I'm taking this personally for some reason. Like, I don't know. Out of everything going on in that book, and that one little act threw me over the edge. It's crazy. I know. This isn't a spoiler. Look, unless I finish the book and say, he did this, she did that, and he's the murderer, then it's not a spoiler. I just feel bad. I don't want you to think I'm doing spoilers. I'm just guessing as I'm reading the book, so I don't know. But I think it was, okay, first of all, there's something in the beads. I think it's that DNA or something used for that stuff. It's in the beads. I'm guessing it's in the beads. Let's check me later to see if I'm right. Although I can't tell you if I'm right, because then it would be a spoiler. But that's my guess. And I'm thinking it's Dr. Iuna. Eruna. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Runa. The E may be silent. I don't know. I could Google it. Yeah. Okay, I'm just jumping in here real quick. I just have a couple of opinions, and I want to say them out loud. Nothing to do with the actual mystery itself. Just two of the characters. The main character, oh my God, I'm blanking, Elizabeth. Now, Inspector Abley, I've been saying Abley, A-B-L-E-Y. That's how I'm pronouncing it, so I don't know if that's correct. Apparently, they have worked together. He's a cop, and he's an inspector. And she is, I forget her exact job title, but she works with plants and poisons and things like that. And she has helped out on cases before, officially. You know, she was asked to help. And apparently they've known each other for years. They seem to be friends. But she talks about him like he's a fool, a bumbling idiot that can't tie his own shoes. You know, and at first I was thinking, well, you know, I don't know what I was thinking. I noticed it, but I didn't really focus on it. But now I'm more than halfway through the book, and she still does it. He's not letting her help on the case. She is a recent widow herself, and she needs to get to work and do stuff and feel useful. And he feels that he's giving her needed time. But of course, I don't need to tell you this. This is no spoiler. You know how these mysteries are written. She's butting her nose in anyway. But she keeps making it sound like, I can't think of exact quotes now, but like, he can't solve a case without her. He needs her. He's a bumbling fool, blah, 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 blah. It's starting to grain on my nerves. First of all, he's an inspector. I doubt very much he's a bumbling fool. I know we all have our opinions about politicians and people in certain careers, we'll say, but get real. You know, so it is, I'm finding that just a little much. It's starting to grate on my last nerve.